The Mi-10T and the Mi-10T Pro has been finally launched in India. The Mi-10T starting at Rs 36,000 and the Mi-10T Pro starting at Rs 40,000. Is it a OnePlus killer? Let us unbox and review it. This is the Mi-10T Pro. It contains a case, SIM ejector tool, and once we remove the phone, we got the charger and the charging cable. That's all with the contents of the phone. Now moving forward, we will see the main difference with these phones. So the difference in these phones is the camera. Mi-10T comes with the 64MP Sony IMX682 with f1.89 lens with a 20MP front camera. The Mi-10T Pro comes with a flash shift sensor, that is a 108MP Samsung HMX sensor with optimal image stabilization. Now, you may be thinking that just for camera, why should we pay 5,000 rupees extra? Well, the sensor in the Mi-10T Pro has been rated as the #1 sensor at the very moment. So, you can enjoy the best quality video that a mobile phone has to be provided at 40,000 rupees. Now talking about Mi-10T, it comes in two variants, 6GB RAM plus 128GB and an 8GB RAM plus 128GB. Whereas the Mi-10T Pro comes with a base variant of 8GB RAM 128GB. Now we are talking about the internals. Here we have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 processor. I can't say that it's the cheapest 865 processor phone in the right now, as there is another brand called iQOO3 which has a cheaper variant. So if you want to experience the power of the 865 processor under a budget of 36,000 rupees, then this is the phone for you. So when we're talking about the RAM, it comes with LPPDDR5 RAM and the base variant starts with 6GB 128GB and ends with 8GB 128GB in the Mi-10T, and the Mi-10T Pro comes with a base variant of 8GB 128GB. Now talking about the storage, we got the UFS 3.1, which is the latest type of storage. So the performance and the price are superb. We can't say it's maxed out as they haven't given the 865 plus processor, but there's not much of difference between the 865 and the 865 plus processor. Don't get disappointed, as OnePlus that always gives the latest flagship processor haven't given it. Here comes the most controversial part, that is the display. Both phones comes with a 1080p 144Hz display but with an IPS LCD panel. Like, seriously, LCD panel for a 40k phone? Okay, it's not like a normal AMOLED screen that you see under 20k budget phones. It's like the LCD panel present in the iPhones, and that's a really good quality ones. Here we have the color gamut of 96% NTSC and 100% DCI-P3. So we can see that it's a really good quality LCD panel, but still we won't get the true quality of an AMOLED display. So if you want an AMOLED display screen, then I suggest you can go for the OnePlus 8 that comes for 39,000 rupees. And if you can stretch your budget a little bit more to around 43,000, we can get the OnePlus 8 Pro. But simply degrading the camera just for the video quality, I don't think that's a really good option, but that's your personal preference. I have heard a few reviewers saying that the quality of the screen is equal to AMOLED display. I don't know if they are a little confused or not. So now comes my favorite part, the 144Hz display that comes with the variable refresh rate that we have seen in the Poco X3. Variable refresh rate means that the refresh rate is going to change depending upon the usage of the phone. That is, when we are scrolling through our apps or scrolling through an app, the refresh rate is set to 90 to 144Hz. If we are viewing an image and zooming it, it refreshes the images at 144Hz. So when we are playing a game, if the game supports only 90Hz, then the refresh rate is set to 90Hz, which helps us save a lot of battery. Now you may ask that sudden changes in refresh rate will affect the smoothness. Well, This was the case in the Poco X3, but in Mi 10T and 10T Pro, the Beast processor solves the problem. So, if you ask me which phone I would prefer at the budget of 40,000 rupees, I would go with this one. Now, talking about the size of the phone, it's a 6.67 inch display. Moving ahead with the cameras. In the Mi 10T, we get the primary camera of 64MP Sony IMX682 with f1.9 lens, and it also comes with 13MP ultra wide and a macro and depth sensor. Whereas the Mi 10T Pro comes with the primary camera of 108MP Samsung HMX sensor with f1.6 lens and with a 13MP ultra wide and a macro and depth camera. This is really huge for a phone that just comes for 40k, whereas these features have been seen in the other flagship phones that cost more than 80,000 rupees. Talking about selfie cameras, we get the 20MP front camera on both the Mi 10T and the Mi 10T Pro. The videos can be taken up to 8K 30fps, but the optical image stabilization is only available for Mi 10T Pro. Now, talking about charging, both phones comes with a massive battery of 5000 mAh and a 33 watt fast charging. So, don't worry, if your battery is low, it's gonna charge it super fast. We have seen that we get a superb camera and the latest processor with a 144Hz refresh rate at the price of 40,000. So there's going to be no compromise in the camera and the camera quality, and even the videos are gonna come up really superb. So is it a OnePlus killer? Of course it is. You may think that AMOLED display is the factor that decides whether the phone is in the flagship area or not. But to be frank, nowadays we see AMOLED display in a phone that comes under 20k. So if you ask me to choose between the Mi 10T Pro and the OnePlus, I would definitely go with the Mi 10T Pro. So that's all with this video. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay tuned to the latest technology tips, unboxing and reviews. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.